Do we already know the identity of the CP0 or at least the masked members of CP0? Hello and welcome to WonderYZ. My name is Soham and today we are going to discuss this particular thing. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with One Piece reviews. With that being said, let's begin the video. But just one important notice here, this is not a theory that I made myself. This is something which I actually found out on our One Piece subreddit. So full credits to user Gojo Kaisen over there, who apparently found this thing on the Discord of the subreddit. And this is really interesting in my opinion, and hence I'm making a video discussing this entire thing. Moreover, I would highly request you to go onto this subreddit and take part in the discussion which is happening on this particular post because it is really interesting in my opinion. But before that, what exactly is CP0? Well, CP0, or more properly known as Cypher Paul Agnes Zero, is the strongest intelligence organization among the Cypher Paul. Now we already know that a couple of members of CP9 had joined CP0 after the events that took place on Enies lobby, but other than that there are a few unnamed members which are really interesting in my opinion, who have appeared from time to time in the series history. The first time they appeared in Dressrosa, and now a fourth unnamed member appeared on the islands of Wano as well. And all of them have some sort of a face mask or face paint on their face. This is pretty interesting because each of them wear white suits with dark ties and tribal masks. But according to this theory, as you can see here, this particular member of the CP0 who is holding his mask, or rather let me give you a description of who exactly this member is. According to the wiki, he is the fourth unnamed agent that appeared in the Wano country who was discussing the current situation along with Orochi. Moreover, this agent seemed to be taller than the other agents, and he had a light colored mask with round eyes and a cylindrical mouth that sticks out, a high hat and a long holding stick that the agent grasps with both his hands in front of themselves. And just like any other CP0 members, this agent also wears white suit and a cape. Now according to this particular post, we can actually see the similarities to this particular character throughout the history of the series, especially in the flashbacks of Big Mom. This is really interesting because the people that we go on to see in Elbaf in the childhood history of Big Mom were apparently killed and eaten by her during her hunger phase. So what exactly is going on here? Well, I went back to these chapters, and yes, these two characters were there in the childhood memories of Big Mom. One of the kid apparently seems to be a member of the Long Arm tribes, and the other kid seems to be wearing the similar sort of a mask, which seems like a prototype of the current mask that this Cypher Paul agent is currently wearing in Wano. I think this is a very interesting case, and this makes a lot of sense in my opinion. As user Fascot Naruto says, that's amazing, makes sense though, since Mother Caramel was a child trafficker, CP0 would want loyal agents indoctrinated from childhood days. That is absolutely correct. CP0 is basically a government assassination group who would require absolute loyalty, and there's no better way to get that rather than having children who were trafficked by Mother Caramel. Now the big question here is that how did they even manage to survive, especially after we know that Big Mom had a hunger rampage, and as a result of all of that, she had eaten all the members of the birthday party. I think there is more to all of this because here we only get to see the point of view of Big Mom and not the other members. It is never explicitly stated in the series as to what exactly happened to those characters, and they are apparently vanished. It's very possible, it's very likely that these characters survived, and as a result of this, because they were trafficked children, they eventually went on to join CP0. This is a very interesting theory in my opinion, because using trafficked children and indoctrinating them to become ruthless killers is something that the world government is very much capable of. This would give them loyal agents who would never betray them and who basically have no family or relatives via which they can be exploited by the pirates. This seems very much plausible for a series like One Piece, and this is a really interesting theory. But what do you guys think about all of this? Is this simply an exaggeration, or is this something Oda purposefully put here in order to make us think, and is this something which will be paid off later on in the Wano arc, especially after the events that we go on to see in chapter 1003? Please mention your thoughts in the comment section below as to what do you think is going on here. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.